I think from the point of view of the Prime Minister, Albanese, it went very well. It probably a 9 out of 10, if not better. With Donald Trump, you have to come, certainly every world leader has learnt this, to their detriment. If they don't do this, you come either with flattery of Donald Trump, and Anthony Albanese did that, congratulating him very early on in the meeting over the peace deal, the ceasefire in Gaza, and you then either come bearing gifts or a deal. Sir Keir Starmer, we saw from the UK, came bearing a gift, an invitation from the King of England, and in fact Anthony Albanese came bearing a deal, which is just as good as a gift because Donald Trump loves deals, and the deal was an $8.5 billion deal between the US and Australia on rare earths, critical minerals, which of course the United States wants. It wants to try to catch up to China, who have really taken the lion's share of the development of critical minerals. America's trying to catch up. So that went down very well. The chemistry between the two was good. Donald Trump was very positive in his rhetoric, certainly about AUKUS, saying that there were a lot of submarines, no shortage, that Australia would get theirs. And so really it ticked every box. And I think, from Anthony Albanese's point of view, it was a very successful meeting. He enhanced his relationship with Donald Trump, and that obviously serves Australia's national interests in terms of trade and tariffs and so forth.
John, one of the other things we were keen to hear about was AUKUS. What did we learn about that?
Well, in fact, it was interesting because Donald Trump brought along to today's meeting here in the East Room here or the Cabinet Room at the White House. He brought along John Phelan, the Secretary of the Navy, who he then Donald Trump threw to him and said, tell us about the submarines and AUKUS. And John Phelan gave a very strong endorsement of the relationship with Australia and of the need for these submarines to go ahead. And certainly Donald Trump was asked, because one of the big issues here in Washington and the review that they're conducting at the moment has all been about the fact that America, these are difficult and timely things to make, these Virginia-class submarines, extremely intricate, and they make about 1.1 or 1.2 of them a year. And so there's been concern in America that we're not going to have enough to give to Australia as part of this AUKUS deal. Donald Trump sort of threw that convention out the door, said we've got a lot. Now, whether or not that's true, who knows? I still have doubts about whether or not America will end up giving us any submarines, despite the fact we're giving them billions of dollars. But certainly from a rhetorical point of view, from an open relationship point of view, this was a very successful meeting.